Testimony is not a testimony when it is based on a material need. Traveling to Dubai is not a testimony because there are unborn again people who are born in Dubai. As a matter of fact, Dubai is a town of Muslims. So for a Christian to get visa to Dubai or travel to Dubai, you come and you want all of us to hear, it's an insult to religion. It's an insult to our faith. Getting visa to United States of America is not a testimony. There are people who are born in United States of America. They are lesbian and they are there. You are going there and you want a green card. Some are born there by birth. They become citizens of America and they don't believe that God is alive. Getting married is not a testimony because some are on their 10th marriage. You understand? It's not a testimony. Solomon married 1,000 women, 700 legal ones. The rest were side chicks, 300. It's never a testimony. Getting engaged and doing the ring like this and they will slap you and you put it on Facebook or status, this fire by grace. It's not a testimony. I'm coming to tell you what is a testimony. It's not a testimony. Buying a car is not a testimony. Those who manufacture the car, they are Hindus. They worship Buddha and they will manufacture a car. A Christian will buy, put it on the status. It has been God from day one. It is not a testimony. The manufacturer is a Hindu. He don't believe in your God. The producer of the iPhone you bought, the iPhone 11 Pro Max or 13 Pro Max is being produced by unbeliever. Stop using it to frighten us like you have seen Jesus. It's not a testimony. Getting engaged in a relationship today. Somebody went on Facebook and said in a relationship and people were saying congratulations. I know couples who are married for 55 years. They are not born again. I saw them. How many of you know Steve Harvard? I saw them on his page. They are married for 55 years. When they asked them what is the secret, they never mentioned Jesus. I was waiting to hear Jesus. Jesus was never mentioned. Look, the testimony you are thinking is a testimony. God do not see it as a testimony. Testimony is what God can do and a man cannot do it. That's a testimony. Anything man can do it is not a testimony. Whatever a man can do, if God is not around, has ceased to be a testimony. That is why a car is not a testimony. My prayer for this generation is that the Lord will revisit us, because there is nothing like revival. What is there is Mativara. I was to do a broadcast one day and there was no space to do the broadcast. The only nice place was in my car, but I said no, I will never do a broadcast inside the car. It sends a message to a lot of people. I have a lot of people I follow that when they are coming out of a car, the picture, Papa is entering service. Our daddy has just arrived. And he will put the post like he's not the one posting it on his page. Your own page, he will say, our daddy. So you and who daddy? Who is managing the page? Tell us that I have just arrived. And our daddy has just arrived. When he's about to enter here, they will take me a short video from how he gets down from the car and how he entered the hall. And they'll put it on Facebook. Today's service was wow. Okay. Now, if you are thinking, look at the men of God, our fathers, and look at this generation. You will see a vast difference. Have you ever seen the type of car Mensa Otterbein drive? Do you know the type of car he drives? Let a young man buy a car, even the number plate, you will see it on Facebook. As a result of that, you see people trying to do everything they can to match, competing. So people are faking that they are doing well. Meanwhile, they are not doing well. People will rent, I learn people even rent dresses to take pictures and wig. Were you there at Namo? I prophesied to one lady who was wearing the sister wig. You remember? I asked her, how much is your wig? Because only to discover at the end of the day it was the sister wig. She borrowed the sister wig and wore it and came and was sitting down. So I asked her, so after service you return the wig? And everybody was laughing. It was disgraceful, but it was a message to a lot of people. Because if the Lord can pick a borrowed wig, He is simply telling you don't be borrowing wigs. The lady was wearing a borrowed wig. I was so surprised. A testimony is when you are consumed with the burden of God. And when you get to a particular dimension in life, you cannot sleep because of God. When you get to that point, when everything you think about is God, and all that you want is God, the fullness of God in your life, if God is not involved, then you are not happy in that atmosphere. A testimony is when the burden of God consumes you until you get to the position of David, where David said in the book of Psalms 132, verses 3 to 5, he said, may I never find a rest until I build a house for God. May my eyelids never taste sleep until I find a dwelling place for the Lord my God. David said, I am consumed with the burden of God. To understand, I cannot sleep at night. Why? Because when I close my eyes, the things about God wakes me up. That is a testimony. You don't have a burden for God. That is why things are the way they are in your life. You are so consumed with material things, and as a result of that, you'll be disappointed every day. Listen to me. If you want to be rich, stop coming to church. If you want to marry, don't come to church. Go. Even church, the process of marriage in church is so long. Testimony is when you are consumed with the burden of God. No wonder the apostle walked in such a dimension. They were consumed with the burden of God. The Bible said they prohibited Peter and the other apostle from speaking the name of Jesus. And Peter said, if we don't speak Jesus, what then will we speak? They will arrest them and put them in prison before they realize they are at another place preaching the gospel. We have a testimony about them. That is their testimony. And that is even our testimony. The Bible said they overcame them. They overcame who? The devil, by the word of their testimony. It's not on the material thing. It's not in their cars. It's not in the abundance of what you have materially. The burden that consumes you, the abundance of the burden of God in your heart is a testimony. How consumed are you? Burden. 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 Look, the burden of God will tell you not to sleep when things are not right in the presence of God. You don't carry the burden of God. You carry your own burden. That is why you are tired. If you carry the burden of God, God will fuel you. Listen to me. Try praying for a good man. That's why the devil will come around. The devil uses our prayer topics to frustrate us. So dodge him after today by raising different topics. You discover that what you want is what you don't get at times. Is that not true? What you are desiring to get. I want a car. I want a car. You will trek and be tired. Stop praying about a car and the car will arrive.